Welcome back to the Sideline Report. Yes, this is the Sideline Report, but with a different twist. I am joined by three ladies who were cheerleaders for the Burgundy and Gold, and one of them was the first woman of color on the squad. Let's welcome Brenda Mosley, Laverne Johnson, and Viola Young right here next to me. Now she's Hubbard. That's right. See, I remember her from way back. Thanks for coming on to tell your stories, ladies. And let's start out with Laverne. I mean, Laverne, you were the first black woman on the Redskins Cheerleaders. Talk about that experience.
Well, when I tried out for the squad, I knew nothing about football. I had been attending a local modeling school, and then City Councilman Sterling Tucker came to the school to get some ladies of color to try out. He said because the Redskins had told him that they could not find any ladies to try out. So I went and I tried out. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about football, but I loved to dance, and I had always wanted to be a rockette, so I had the high kicks. So I tried out, and I made it, and I did it for 11 seasons.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. We're going to get back to you and talk about maybe what your most memorable moment there was, but let's talk to Brenda first and talk about her experience.
I had a similar experience actually in terms of finding out about the tryouts. Someone came and said that they were looking for women of color. I was marching with Howard University's marching band as a flag twirler, and they came out and talked to the cheerleaders, the flag twirlers, and the majorettes. And I was the only one out of that entire group that went to try out. And as shy as I was, I could not believe that I went. But I went and I tried out, and that's where I met Laverne.
All right.
Yes.
And Viola.
Well, I've been knowing Laverne since junior high school at Gordon Junior High and Western. And I had season tickets, and I saw Laverne, and Laverne say, Viola, you used to be a cheerleader in school, so why don't you try out? So I did. And I did it for 7 years.
Yeah, and you actually started out in Brooklyn, right? You
I was
grew up
born in Brooklyn, New York.
Then
right.
you moved
Then
to
I moved
DC.
here, and I went to junior high and high school here.
All right, and talk about some of your memorable moments. What about you? Especially because you were telling me that you weren't really accepted by everyone when you
No,
came
I was
on.
not. There were a lot of people there who did not want me there, but there was about 5 of the ladies on the squad who embraced me and told me, we're going to help you. We're going to make sure that you know what you're supposed to do, and that was it. But it was not easy. But I was determined that I was going to make this, be on the squad. I had to smile brighter, kick higher than anybody else on there. But I did it, and I was very determined.
Yeah, and there's a good picture of you right there. Now, that was back when they had the Native American headdress. You guys had the Native American when you first started out.
Right.
So what was that all about?
Well, my first 3 years on the squad, that's what we wore. And then they told us we couldn't wear the feather in our hair. So we had to take that off. And then after that, they told us that, it was the same thing about the name of the team.
Right.
And they said that they did not want us to wear that type of a uniform, so we didn't.
Okay.
And you wore it too, didn't you?
You were right after her.
Yes, she came the next year.
Next year. So I had 10 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, I performed for 10 seasons.
And you had some memorable moments too, right?
I did. I think one of the things that's just very special to me was Laverne took me under her wing because I was very shy, I was very quiet, and like her, I experienced, you could tell that there were folks who really did not want you there. But Laverne would grab me, we would practice together, we would get together and just have a lot of fun. And she was the one who I think, she would pick me up for practice. I didn't have a car, I was still a struggling student at Howard,
wow.
so yeah, so that was. And I think the friendships that I've made are just very, very memorable too. Right. But I just love being in that tunnel at RFK.
Yeah,
coming
you
out
told me
tunnel.
that.
Yes, coming out in that tunnel and getting out on that field and hearing the drums
And guess who used to lead the line out?
So that was you.
That was me.
Okay.
And my mom would be in that stands, and she was so excited to see me lead that line out.
And you know what? I've talked to some of the present cheerleaders, and they always talk about that moment, running out on the field.
Oh, yes.
That must be just something big, huh?
Yes.
It
yes.
is.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Very
And
exciting.
Viola, talk about your friendship with these ladies. I mean, you were right after them. You came a few years after them.
Yes,
right?
but they are my sisters.
You all are still close.
We are very close. All three of us live in D.C., and we still hang out together, even with some of the other alumni. And my most memorable moment was I was already married and had a 2-year-old. But I'm not going to tell you my age at the time. Well, I'll tell you my age, I don't care. I was 25, and I was so proud of myself that I was able to kick higher, because I'm only 5'3", and Laverne is the tallest, so I was always almost at the end. So my kicks our kicks, Brenda's and I kicks had to be really high. But I was surprised and very proud of myself that at age 25, I was beating the 18 and 19-year-olds out.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I'm hearing from the present cheerleaders also, the women of color on the squad, which, you know, the Washington Redskins cheerleaders are the most diverse in the whole NFL.
Yes.
And I've heard from some of them, and they say, hey, you guys are the ones, they stand on your shoulders, you know. And I think that's really something that's to be said about what you all did.
Because it wasn't like that. You know, first they would only have 2.
Yeah.
Then they would only have 3. Then I was out recruiting people, practicing with people, making sure that we could have people who would be qualified to be on the squad. And then one year we had 7, and we were so excited.
All right, well, thanks so much, Brenda, Laverne, and Viola. It's been fun, I tell you. And we're going to have to get you all back, because we got more to talk about with you all. I'm telling you. And we appreciate you for joining us and for all that you did being trailblazers for the Washington Redskins cheerleaders. And you made it possible for so many others to follow.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again to Lou Holder, Donna Hopkins. They did a great job. I'm Marvin Jackson. See you next time on The Sideline.